Burr. Did I mention Burr? Also, I'm feeling a little burr. What's up, Florida? Why is the weather so ridiculous right now? Melissa, hello. Sam, hello. A love letter to Florida. Why are you so cold? Luckily, Betsy has and always will warm up pretty quickly. Mike, Lisa, if you guys have any questions about Instagram, maybe I can kind of fill you in. So, like, there's two ways that Instagram works, right? Like, at the top part where you look at my stories where everybody's bubble is, you're going to have your little bubble there, too. So, if you want to post a story, you can click your bubble. It'll have a little plus marker, like it's blue. It's on the bottom hand corner. You just hit that. It'll bring you into like Story Maker, where you can take a picture or a video of whatever you guys are up to. That way, if you don't want to like record it and post it on the feed, and it won't sit on your phone forever too, it's more of just kind of like a passive way to use it, and it won't load your phone up with pictures and stuff, because technically it should not, it shouldn't save it. Some Instagram, I don't know about Android, it might save the pictures. There's ways to turn all that off. Anyway, if that's what you guys want to do, and in the Story Maker, you know, if you want to take a picture and put some music on it, you just take the picture, and then up in the top corner, I'm not sure which side, but you'll see like a bunch of little markers. Usually it's the one that's furthest to the right. If you click the one that's furthest to the right hand side, it'll have it'll bring up like a ton of say music, and so you click that, and then you type what's, and then it'll have you like scrub through, like using a little it'll show like music on the bottom, and it'll like let you pick by going like this which part of the song you want. So if you want further in, you go like that. If you want further back, you pull it back, and that way you can get the very specific part of like the music that you want. As far as anything else goes, it gets a little complicated from there. Boomerangs used to be pretty easy, but now they've hidden them in the again, depending on what you're using and all. On my phone, everything updated on the 13 Pro Max, it's all hidden. You gotta go into the things now just to draw or just to do boomerangs, and yeah, that's weird. I used to do more boomerangs because you could just click it on the left-hand side and it would just be like bam, but now you gotta go into it. And that extra step, right? It's the thing that prevents us from doing things. That's fun. I cut my nails last night and I forgot to cut this finger for some reason. I was just feeling on my nails how good they feel, all cut and short, and I was like, wait a minute, not that. So back to the Epcot Center tomorrow. For you guys, I'm not sure what you get. You'll get a little bit of Epcot, but I'm not sure how much. Because I'm going to go to Space 220 with some friends that I just want to hang out with and not be on stream. But you know what that means. Tons of posts tomorrow from the gram of Space 220. Saturday, which means if I need to get a couple nuggets to to top off the mac and cheese, I can do that. I made a nice bowl of that stuff last night. It was good. It's a good hack for sure. Especially the blue cheese is the game changer. The ranch doesn't do it for me, but damn, with the blue cheese and then you bake it all, blue cheese gets that nice, like, oh my God, so good. So good. And I'm starting to hone in how to get this mac and cheese from Chick-fil-A to be a little bit more al dente. You gotta kind of bake it and then let it sit in the oven for a while, like to dry, and then bake it again. And that kind of gives it that little bit of that extra that you need. I hate super just creamy, melty mac and cheese. It needs to have some kind of a...
Hi there, welcome to Starbucks. How can I get started for you today?
Hello, can I have a grande iced shaken espresso with 4 shots of espresso, please?
Grande shaken espresso with an extra shot, so 4 in total. What else today?
You know, I'm actually gonna have 2 of those.
Alrighty.
Save 1 for tomorrow.
Gotcha. What else will you eat today?
That's it, thank you.
Alrighty, gonna be 10:38 at the delivery for you.
Thanks so much. That way I don't have to make the trip out tomorrow. Chick-fil-A's closed on Sundays. Oh, I'm gonna be at Disney tomorrow, where I'll be drinking Starbucks. Maybe the move tomorrow is to stream from Epcot. From till at like noon. It'd be really good to get over there early. Space 220. Chick-fil-A has espresso? We're at the Bucks. We're at the busting up a Starbucks. Bing, bong, bing. Mr. Dragon, hello? Yeah, maybe we should stream early. First time I went, it was all good until I got the stupid steak, and then the second time I went, it was fantastic, the whole thing. So technically they're batting a good average. I'm gonna get that Caesar salad tomorrow, I think. Nah, we're going to the lounge. It's cool. It'll be fun. Linking up with some friends that I haven't seen in a couple months. That way, like, I can stream like 12 to 3 or something. I did. I got the bigger steak though. But I went with Ann and she got the steak and it looked way better. I had a bite and it was fine. Yeah, that was gross, dude. The first time, I was really bad. Ugh, just thinking about that makes me sick. I should have just been like, no, I don't want this thing. Take this away. I waited 4 hours for that too. It was really more about just going in and saying that we were in there during the opening. Obviously days. The day. Second day, really. What's the first day? Snoopy, hello. Yeah, so we'll do a little one tomorrow. Quick little stream. Ready. Hi, how you doing? I was fully expecting to be ready to pay you, but I'm trying to get this stupid thing off of here, which is driving me crazy. I finally just got it off though. Thank you. How you doing?
Not bad. It's fucking cold.
Yeah, it's stupid cold out. And that should be good. Wow, that thing was amazing. Unbelievable. Thank you.
Of course.
I was trying to add the card to the app so I could get my points. And I'm trying to peel this 1,000 pieces. Mike and Lisa Santan, Tammy's here.
Yeah, number one.
Right, thanks.
And number two.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Good luck.
Thank you. This is a touring coupe, so it's got many cup holders. 6 cup holders in this car, huh? What's up with that? 6 cup holders. Is that enough? Technically, if the things were small enough, you could put 2 in the cup holders up front. So there's 8 cup holders in this car. 2 seats that anybody would really ever sit in, but there's 8 cup holders, thank God for that. The Japanese are a thirsty people. Much drink. how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing super good. Could I please just get a 12-piece nugget?
Not right now. Did you just want the nuggets by themselves?
Yes, please. Yeah. At first I thought you said that to me. I looked up. You were like, not right now. I was like, not right now for the chicken nuggets. Okay, I'll come back later.
Did you want any sauces for them?
Yeah, could I just have some buffalo sauce, please?
Buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
Would that be all for you today?
Yes, that's it. Thanks.
What's your name for the order?
Tom, T-O-M.
Alright, Tom.
You know, I'm gonna get a chocolate milkshake too.
A chocolate milkshake too, with cream and cherry on that.
I don't need either, actually.
Give me one moment.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Uh-oh, I threw her off. Oh, back. Because it was pretty good. I just didn't like the fact that I had to wait 100 years for it. Is this a piece of milkshake? Yes, please. I'll scan for my points and then I can Apple Pay.
Your total's $10.79.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna grab that receipt for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
You have a great day, okay?
You too. Thanks.
My pleasure.
Let me read what Lucas just wrote to the nerd chat. This is me, Jimmy, Mark, and Lucas. We've had this chat for a few years now. It's all about just the MCU, nerdy stuff, Lord of the Rings, whatever you can think of. This is what Lucas hit me with just now. Alright, let's get the chat with this. Give me a rebuttal if you can. I think John Rambo is more badass than Hawkeye and could easily be one of the coolest Avengers. Hawkeye has better bow skills, barely, but Rambo can survive in the worst situations and literally overcome anything. Let's see Hawkeye liberate a district in Vietnam in his late 60s. Dubious. Okay, I'm a little drunk, but 3 out of 4 of us are snowed in until tomorrow. Which is the part that made me laugh the hardest, because I'm out here with the window down at Chick-fil-A. Just fantastic. Why is Hawkeye's definitely better than Rambo? Because Hawkeye fought Thanos. Hawkeye fought Thanos, bro. That's all I'm gonna write. Hawkeye fought Thanos, bro. Oh shit! Are you crazy? Hawkeye fought Thanos, bro. I did a thumbs up for this channel. Nicole, thank you very much. Tom Brady's oh. No, that's real news or no? Hi, thanks so much. Sweet. Good. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. Go ahead. Yeah, no, it's freezing today. Can I ask you a favor? Can I just have like 2 more buffalo sauce? Just because that would kill.
Here's Stacy and Jarvis.
Jarvis, that's a cool name. Thank you. You too. Thank you. They're like, this is for Stacy, and the next one's for Jarvis. Real news, Tom. Oh my God. Wow, what a fantastic day today is. We're going to celebrate today. If I knew this, I would have named the stream the greatest day in football. I mean, I can start watching football again. We'll give it a shot next year. I'll test the waters. Now Bill Belichick just needs to go away and live on a little island. A little desert island somewhere. Deserted island. Dude, you gotta go, man. You can't just hang out sitting here. That ain't how it works. Yo, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing out here? Wish I had a couple bucks. I'd give this guy a buck. I don't. We got no bucks. I got Starbucks. You think you want that? Oh, that's good. What do you need, heck? I don't know. What do you need? Less glasses? So you can read the Tebow clause in my client's contract? Man, I'm in these crazy ass dreams lately. Super vivid. What's that all about? What do you need? Less glasses? God, that's such a My dad tried to set up my gimbal camera today. I mean, he had no idea what he was doing. Mark is a good man. Tell him I give him my respect for trying. Oh no. And Mike and Lisa say it. It's true because they're New Englanders. No New Englander would confirm Tom Brady's retirement if they did not believe it and know it to be true. That's a tale as old as time right there. You gotta be shitting me that this dude needs to turn here. Happy to not be snowed in, that's for sure, but on the other hand, I ain't doing nothing outside of my house today anyways. When you watch the news, yeah, watch the news is poison. It's all a narrative, the news. Factual, confirmed things, you know, a little bit different, I guess, but when you're talking about just the, you know, just hanging out and watching like the everyday news, there's always a narrative. COVID was like the best example of that ever. It's like all they could do, right? That's all they had. They're like COVID, 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 COVID. That's all anybody could talk about. But one side's got this news, and one side's got that news, and then there's these stats, but stats, it's just a narrative. Shit's gross. Probably the least American part of America, journalism. Journalism started off to be a way to keep like the powers that be responsible for their actions, so that you couldn't do stuff behind the curtains, you know? Think this is dangerous or what? That's how it should be. But it's not anymore. Now it's just all narrative pushing nonsense. How am I gonna open the door? I know Ron's getting smashed today. Oh, smashed. Da-da-da-dum. 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 The Addams Family started when Uncle Fester farted. Then we watched The Departed. The Addams Family. Oh, Barracuda. Barracuda. Glycerine. Remember that song? Down the days easy on you. Now it's what I wanted now. Glycerine. Remember that song? You had this timeout 101 live. What? The who? The her. You timed out somebody in my live stream because of their language. Now it's my turn to time out everybody. You're all going down. I'm about to take you all out. Ooh, you don't even stand a chance. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, bam. And what I mean by that is don't be timing people out, Brian. I told you that ain't a part of what you're supposed to be doing around here, man. That guy didn't even swear. I'm going to read his comment for everybody to hear in case they didn't even see it, because I probably agreed with it. All I know is Super Bowl Sunday better be dead at the parks, otherwise that's some bull, and they didn't even finish it. Out of justification, I don't think they wanted to swear, but they wanted to use the language they wanted to use. Not your best bit of moderating. With great power comes great responsibility. Peter! Oh, Peter! Yes, Aunt May? Remember when I used to be an ugly old lady? Now the new Spider-Man's auntie is super sexy. Peter! Why couldn't I have been super sexy, auntie? Wow, this thing is good. Chick-fil-A. Yum. Milkshakes. Most of my friends are in a blizzard. Mm-hmm. I'll take it. I think Cargo is super behind. I was singing Glycerine like 2 minutes ago. Cargo, I don't think you're live. Glycerin was a few minutes ago. How many things can I just drink back to back as fast as I can? Oh, be careful. You timed out. I'm going to time you out. Nobody can time out the blue people besides me. I'm the only blue timeouter. Glycerine! It was a good jam. We were talking about it a couple minutes ago, though. Bop. Oh! What other songs did you like from them? You're a rookie moderator. No, you're not. You've been moderating for months. You curse on the chat all the time. You're talking about how you beat some guy's pea brains in the other night. You don't remember that? Glycerine! Glycerine! Christopher Jameson, what's up, buddy? Lee is in the house. Lilo and Stitch are in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Look at, what was the sister's name? Who's the sister? What was her name? Dude, how I feel about this most recent episode of Boba Fett was that they like recut it. If there was any Boba Fett that was supposed to be in the episode, they just took all the Mandalorian stuff and they just repieced it into this thing. I don't know if that was always the plan. It was just to have some standalone Mandalorian episode in the middle of Boba Fett. But maybe so. I think they realized that there were certain things that weren't hitting the mark quite enough. Like a banta. The Polynesian spa. Like a banta. I want to ride him. Like a banta. Can't eat me. Courtney, how are you? How does none of you guys know Moana's sister's name? Pocahontas, Pocolele. What's her name? Chakahuka. Tom, I need you in my band group. All right, I'll play bass. Boom, 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 boom. Why the Black Sword will go to Boba Fett? No way. You think that Boba Fett's gonna end up with the Darksaber? There's no way. No way. I'm calling that. No. No chance. He's not a Mandalorian. It doesn't work. Boba Fett is not a Mandalorian. He cannot wield the Darksaber. I mean, Moff Gideon's not a Mandalorian either, but Boba Fett would have zero desire to wield the Darksaber. Jango probably would have taught him a thing or two about why that's not such a great idea. Plus, Jango didn't join Death Watch for a reason. No, Jango Fett never owned the Darksaber. Jango Fett actively left his actively left Death Watch. He didn't even want to be a part of it. He didn't even leave. He technically was never even a part of it. He never joined up with Death Watch. The Darksabers is the Clan Vizsla. Paz Vizsla is the new guy. Pre Vizsla was his John Favreau's character in the Clone Wars as well. Yeah, the history of the Darksabers been laid out for years. Anybody who watched Clone Wars saw it all happen. That was basically like a 3-second rundown of 7 seasons of Clone Wars. Well, at least the Mandalorian parts of it. It was cool they showed a Night of 1,000 Tears. I thought that was pretty amazing. Night of 1,000 Tears was badass. I could not believe they showed that. All those TIE bombers coming through, just lighting it up. And they lit up the whole dome. Remember, they all had to live in the dome because Mandalore had been, like, wrought by Civil War. They couldn't even live outside. I gotta turn that fan off. It's too hot. Pre Vizsla died. Jango Fett killed Pre Vizsla. I don't remember that. Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus trying to make his way home. Back up to heaven all alone. Nope. Darth Maul killed Pre Vizsla? Yeah, I thought so. I was like, that's how he got the Darksaber. Elizabeth's trying to trip me up. That ain't happening. Stop trying to This is the alternate universe. That's how Darth Maul was able to claim the mantle of Mandalore in the first place. I think I only watched the last season of the Clone Wars once. That would probably be good to rewatch. All the Ahsoka stuff in there is so good. I think it starts slow, which is why I only watched the one way through, because I think I tried starting it a second time and I was like, I do not care about Ahsoka and these 2 traitor girls and all this stuff. Like, just give me the goods. Yeah. There's no way that... I really don't think that this show is a setup to the reinstallation of Mandalore and Mandalorians. But if it is, then that's cool. If that's what it's all about. Hey, they mentioned the baths underneath the earth. I mean, the healing baths, the healing waters, whatever they call them in this particular iteration. That stuff all exists under the surface still. But I don't understand how, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Mandalore is they're split, obviously, right? They're split into these 2, like, there's Death Watch people, there's non-Death Watch people. It's been a problem between Mandalorians forever. There's a civil war. It's a civil war. So I don't think the Mandalorian's like a setup to like Mandalorians coming back. I think ultimately the Darksaber's probably destroyed by somebody like Luke Skywalker. He's not gonna want that thing floating around. And at this point, he's at his absolute peak prime, like super powerful, so he should be able to take the Darksaber apart pretty easily. Because Luke, at this stage, Luke technically should be the prime Jedi, basically. There's like nobody as powerful as Luke. At least in Legends. I don't know how Luke is now. All we ever got to see was him as a hermit. But we didn't. But he looked pretty OP when he was slicing up those droids. Oh, I hated Star Wars. Oh God, yeah, of course. I've hated Star Wars since Episode 2. It's been a long journey for me of not enjoying what I'm watching, but it's had its moments. I like Episode 3. I liked it when I saw it. I continue to like it. I find that there's definitely a lot of bull crap in it, but it's got enough there. Rogue One was great, but I walked out of The Force Awakens laughing. I think I was like, oh wow, the Death Star again, huh? That's cool. Another Death Star. I was like, man, this is crazy. I can't believe Star Wars, like, somehow they just got us coming back for Death Stars over and over again. This is the I'm like, are we that weak of a fan base? That's all they got for us. They're like, give them a Death Star. That'll make them happy. So that's when I realized, I was like, all right, I don't think we're getting the respect we deserve here as fans. You know, it was a couple slaps in the face throughout all of it that were like, meh. You know, Kylo Ren was a super punk little baby in the first movie. He was alright by the third one, but he was so lame in that first movie. Slicing up the stuff, and like the stormtroopers would turn around and leave. I was like, this is corny, man. But little did I know that The Force Awakens was basically Saving Private Ryan in comparison to what I was going to get next. Because The Last Jedi was the worst thing ever. It's the single worst thing that's ever happened to any major film nerd franchise ever. There's never been a misstep like that ever. Never. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Because I have hope. Star Wars for me is greater than anything Disney could ever give me. My love for Star Wars is on a very deep, like, it's just so much deeper than, it reminds me of like being out in front of the castle waiting for Disney to try to give us some spectacular New Year's celebration, and we're all just sitting around like, you know, this is what it is. What are you going to do? And then all of a sudden, we become the thing that's important. It's so much deeper. Like, Disney can't ruin Star Wars, even if they ruin Star Wars. Because we always have, you know, Revan. Can't ever take away Revan. Can't ever take away the even if you take away Legends so that it's not canon, you still are left with what was there, the feeling, the overall vibe of what Star Wars was. Anybody that I think really loves Star Wars probably doesn't even care about the things they've seen in the movies, any of the movies, not the OG movies, not the prequels, not these ones. I don't think that's any of the best Star Wars. The best Star Wars is hidden in Rebels and the Clone Wars and the Mandalorian and Knights of the Old Republic, which is by far the best Star Wars ever. The thing that got me was how Rey only trained for a few months and was somehow powerful enough to pull down a whole ship. I know. She's Palpatine's granddaughter, dude. Duh. Right? That's what they try to do to it. I know. None of it will ever make sense, but they try to make it so, like, take this, you know? She's Palpatine's daughter. Oh, you were wondering how Rey, just somehow never having any Force training whatsoever, convinced a stormtrooper to drop his weapon and walk out the room when Obi-Wan could be like, it took him years of training to learn how to do that stuff, but Rey she just does it. All the stuff that had pissed you off forever, they were like, she's Palpatine's granddaughter. You were like, oh, Cool. I hate Star Wars. I love it, but I hate Disney's Star Wars. They're a mess. Star Wars lives in my mind as Yoda going and speaking to the Wills and Revan and Anakin and Obi-Wan and the father and the daughter and the son, like stuff like that. The deepest of lore. And it also lives a little bit in things like, you know, Jedi and Empire. I do adore Empire Strikes Back. I think it's a perfect movie. And it's got the greatest reveal of all time. Luke, I am your father is, you know, come on, doesn't get any better than that. I timed that person out just because I wasn't reading any of their comments. I just saw them coming in at like 1,000 miles an hour. And I just am all set with some person whose name I've never seen having like 100 comments in my chat all of a sudden. What's good, fam? What's up, Leslie? Are you here late or early? You're here in the middle. A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Cheers. Adriana killed me with that meme the other day. Keep your secrets then. Alright, you keep your secrets then. I was there, Gandalf. 3,000 years ago. I was there when the will of men broke. What about the fashionably late? Wizards love that drip too. The drip. Radagast with the drip. Radagast with the drip. These are Gundabad wogs. These are, I'd like to see that. These are Rustaville rabbits. I'd like to see them try. You'll never run them. Those are Gundabad wogs. These are Rustaville rabbits. I'd like to see them try. Oh, I love Lord of the Rings. It's so dope. Talk about something that hasn't gotten pooped all over. Unlike Harry Potter and the MCU, well, not MCU, but Marvel in general, things have gotten pooped all over. Everything's gotten pooped all over, except for the Lord of the Rings. It still remains high above in this beautiful place. Game of Thrones, which was the closest thing to the modern day Lord of the Rings, what happened to it? Pooped all over. That's pretty good. I'll put the other one in the refrigerator. Shaka Khan? Shaka Khan? Shaka Khan, everybody come on, everybody, it's a brand new song. I feel for you, baby, I think I love you. I feel for you, I feel. I feel for you. And Chick-fil-A nuggets with the sauce. Chick-fil-A sauce with the nuggets. And burned in your brains from the AI now, Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. It's like how it began, like that. Ah, okay. Mike, at least you guys still here. I just saw your message. Sorry, I was late to it. But yeah, to do time lapse and stuff, you have to usually do it through your phone. Your camera will have like a little time lapse setting, and then you can upload that to Instagram. You gotta make sure it's not too long though. It'll only do 60 seconds worth of anything, any video. That would have been cool. Good thinking. I like that. The time lapse of the snow going down. Hey, what are you looking at? Eyeballs? What you got, eyeballs? Remember the song from the original Kingdom Hearts? That was a banger. I never made one of the best video game songs ever. I was up there with the Skyrim theme. That's like up there with the Halo theme. We don't know what we're doing. Who does? Who does? Not me. No, sir. Don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Wait a minute. What the hell? This gotta be an old video. That's funny. I'm just going through the Insta messages. Lee sent me a funny one. It was of Norm. It was like a clip. I don't even have to click it. I know what it is anymore. It's just not from the outfit. It can only be one of 3 or 4 jokes. Not a joke you'll hear from any 1950 comic. I said, Doc, she's choking. There's nothing better you could possibly do with your time than sit down and watch a compilation of Norm Macdonald. I promise. You just put in Norm Macdonald best of jokes and it'll just I saw your Insta post. I saw your Insta post? No. I didn't see no post. I ain't afraid of no post. Wait, what? You sent me a message? I ain't got no message from you. Huh? What? Huh? Some people say cucumbers taste better pickle, huh? What? What? Huh? Some people say cucumbers taste better pickle. Huh? What? We just call those people. Oh, that's so weird. First of all, it's a great picture that I just liked. And, no. I literally just sing that song all the time, and I was singing all these weird songs today. Holy God, that's weird. I don't know what the song from Kingdom Hearts 3 is, though. It probably wasn't as good as the one from the first one, because the second one wasn't even as good as the first one. Sanctuary? That was not as good. Still a banger, but not as good. That first one, that was the bop. He introduced, yeah, one of the craziest things is actually when Norm's on Howard Stern right before Dirty Work, and he's talking about Artie. He's like, yeah, my friend Artie. Yeah. He's like, oh, get this guy in here. And like Stern's just talking to Artie like he's just a normal guy. It's funny. It is funny. A couple degenerate gamblers, Norm and Artie. But yeah, it's like trying to think of Norm in his better years. The main song is one with Skrillex. Skrillex, huh? That's cool. The wind has been insane today. Insane, the wind. Like, yeah. I've never really, last night I couldn't believe it. It was whipping. Those palm trees out there were like bending. I said, ooh, my goodness, this ain't good. When you walk away. So good. You got some weather blowing in, not like up north, but it's definitely windy down here for sure. Crazy windy. Gonna be 25 when you wake up. Not when I wake up. I'll wake up and the sun will be. I've been up for many hours. Yeah, it's gonna be cold as shit, huh? Well, maybe I won't be doing much except for going out to Epcot, just going to Space 220 Lounge and coming home and stream when I get home. Oh, because I hate the cold. I love the cold. I hate the cold. I don't want the cold in my life anymore. In the Bay State. Yep, I know, buddy. My parents live in Rhode Island and they told me all about it, as well as all my friends all day talking about it. Everybody's in the snow. Oh. Okay. Fair point. On participation. Let's go 1v1 Hawkeye versus Rambo. Hawkeye definitely has the advantage from a distance because he has proven he can hit basically any target from any distance without missing. But I will give Rambo the edge in close combat situation for sure. That's my nerdy 2 cents. Spare points. I don't like layering and covering up my skin. So I gotta put the house at 80. Just walk around in your underpants. I have searched Amazon for your watch band and cannot find it. Really? That's interesting. Well, you can get it tomorrow for $7.99. Right there in any size you want. You got the 42 mil, you got the 44 mil, you get whatever. I might get one because mine's a little beat up. Oh, you know what I gotta get is I gotta get a cold extension. Yeah, like that right there. $12. I should just get this for Omar and bring it to him. Do you do GIFs on here still? No. Oh yeah, here they are. GIFs, Hawkeye. Hawkeye! I can't believe we're all arguing about Hawkeye versus Rambo. It's not even a fair fight. I thought it was Mesh, yours. Mesh. Oh, this isn't this. This and this are not the same. They are independent. There's 3 things that you see in here. Watch cover, band. You get those people to say, you're from Canada, how can you be freezing? That's another one of I said that last night with Norm. I said that literally last night, I quoted that. Yeah, I'm from Canada, but I'm still a human being. Jeff, what's up, man? How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Nice, guys. I don't think we're going to hang out for super long today. I'm going to cut this nail because it's driving me crazy. The band is different. Yes, sorry. My bad. I didn't know that people thought those were the same thing. Yeah, that's just the regular old sports, Velcro band, how we're gonna do this summer. Oh, once the daily live streaming is over, my personal life is finally back to normal, and the car's paid off. All three of those happened basically at the same time, which is gonna culminate in me being just like ridiculously happy about these three things being at the same time. I'm gonna build a new tank. I'm gonna build a saltwater tank in here. I don't know what room it's gonna go in. I have to go into my actual bedroom, kind of in that little corner behind my TV, right in front of my closet. Or right now, there's just this little side table that I don't use for anything. Yeah, Disneyland would be nice. I do have the DVC points to get a couple of nights. It's going to be all about just flights, and I'd love to go this year, though. I really would. I do have a feeling that once everything kind of settles down, August, September, that I really am going to just be so like I'm gonna have to just play it by ear because I don't know how it's gonna be. So much stuff, you know. Cichlids are dope. I used to have such cool. I used to have a cichlid tank. I had one of the rarest cichlids. I had this shell dwelling. Forget what their names are. Their proper names, like their proper names. But those cichlids were, yeah, the shell dwellers. Those things were sick. So cool. They're like literally backed up into these big snail shells, and they just like hung out, floated in the little mouth of it, come out, eat, go back into it. It's crazy. Those cichlids were cool. Yeah, salt's the way to go for sure. I just miss seeing it. Been a couple years now. I just miss kind of the vibe of the salt and the smell of it too. I kind of miss that. Especially when you're cycling it and you're just getting it started. Such a unique smell to it all. It's cool. Oh, trust me, the minute that it all actually becomes a plan, I'm there. I mean, I just found out like my best friend's coming down here in August. I never expected that ever. I didn't think he'd ever come down. So Mark's coming down here. We got to keep it kind of a half secret. His wife doesn't watch the channel, but it's a surprise for him. And yeah, it's gonna be epic, you know. Like, so I gotta kind of keep in mind. I got a lot of, you know, just trying to, you know, roll with it. But might be worth just getting the little things, not getting serious into the tank until later. But I could really get it all moving for pretty cheap. I'm sure I could pick up. There's got to be Petco's and stuff around here, and they do tank sales all the time. You go pick up a 40-gallon breeder, call it a day. Just slowly but surely do it all myself, you know. Yeah, I've played with the idea of all of it. Cruise, I just don't know how comfortable I'd be in terms of. I like relaxing, but when I'm relaxing, I don't like relaxing like out on the frickin' deck with a book in my hand or sleeping. Like, I like gaming and like my mind's going a million miles an hour. I don't know how much into like a cruise I would be. I know I'd love the food. And I suppose on a Disney cruise, there's enough to just keep you going the whole time that you could be like, you know. You know, like a proper cruise that had like a poker table, I could just go play poker the whole goddamn time. I don't know. Cruises are like the last on my like I'd rather go to Alani for 3 or 4 days and just like nap on the beach than anything. If I'm gonna ever do a nap on the beach trip, it's gonna be Alani. You know, because that's what you're supposed to do. These are all big trips. I've turned into quite the local boy in my older years. But it's going on a while now. I'm going on. We'll be on like 10 years of really liking that style of working close to where I live, to where I play. Everything is very close. I don't really do much as far as outside of that. Yeah, well, if you've been on 10 Disney cruises, then they got to be good, so I'll definitely go. I'd have to do a Marvel Day at Sea or Star Wars or something. I'd have to do a nerdy one. There's still plenty that needs to get done around here. I mean, we've done an okay job this summer and all that. Well, winter, fall, whatever you want to call it. We've done a pretty good job this year of staying after, but I still need to spread the mulch out front. Obviously, it's been freezing cold, so I'm not doing that. I mean, it took, a while just to get the back right finally. To have pulled all that up and power washed it all and resealed the thing and gotten all the pool stuff organized, put the thing together. I had to go to Lowe's 3 times. Like, just doing that alone, getting the new shelf set up and trying to clean out these areas. Garage needs to get hit at some point. The kitchen got a good little reorganization, which it needed bad, but in my room too, that was the biggest one of all. The closet getting fixed, me pushing the whole thing in there by myself. Like setting up the desk and the whole gaming station took a lot of effort and money that I really didn't have, and I probably shouldn't have done it, but I did it, and it is what it is. At least now I have a good, comfortable place to just sit and game. But yeah, it's I haven't stopped this year as far as like coming up with the plan of what tomorrow's gonna be like. We need to keep everything's, and not to mention this is a big ass place to keep clean all by myself. I could easily just let it go into a disarray. Things like the sink, all that kind of stuff. The bees, the cameras, the power wash in the driveway, reorganizing the Lego boxes out there, cooking streams, cleaning streams, laundry all the time. It's a lot, man. It is a lot. You need to upgrade your desktop soon. That's never fun. Never fun. Yeah, whatever you do, you just get something that's plug and play, you know what I mean? That you can start not having to replace the whole thing. Motherboards are kind of universal at this point. Power packs are super universal. So and the actual box itself, your fans, there's plenty of things that should be good for a few generations. And as long as you just make sure you get a good processor, you know what I mean? You can work on things like if it starts to get a little hot as it gets older, you can cool it down, getting a cooling system. Your GPU is really the thing you got to constantly be keeping an eye on. Oh my God, it's a lot. We just pay for it. When you weren't here, you just hire a maid, and the maid would come in and keep it all clean, but the maid wouldn't, obviously you'd have to have a caretaker more than a maid if you weren't going to be here, because somebody's going to turn the sink on one day and it's not working. It's like, oh, the maid didn't do that. That's not a part of her job. So, not to mention when there's nobody living in a house, it doesn't necessarily get dirty or need fixing. I'm here a lot, and I use the house. Plus, you got kids and stuff. You can kids suck anyway, right? They don't help anyway. Back in the day, I guess you could say, oh, you have kids, so they help you. Oh, there you go. Well, if you build your tower, then you probably just need a new GPU, unless your thing's super old. Those i7s and i9s are pretty much, you know, they've been the same for a few years now. Hasn't been that next great leap in processing power. You get like a nice Ryzen, I guess, but you don't really need them. It's all about the GPU. And those things, you can just pop them in and out. Super easy. A man, a pan, a plan. You do an excellent job, Tom. Thank you, Mike and Lisa. Appreciate you guys. Lauren, how you doing? Long time no see. Yeah, you guys gotta, you'll figure it out. It won't be hard to figure out what you want, what you need. So to set up a tank, I do V-tubing sometimes, so I need something pretty powerful. Yeah, well, I mean, you don't need, like I said, there's pretty, I don't know what I don't even know what that means. What the hell's V-tubing? Like video tubing? What's that? I can tell you I edit 4K video and play some pretty intense games at super high benchmarks, and I don't think there's too many worlds where people need anything more than like a 1660 Ti. Unless you're really looking for that RTX experience, which at that rate, you know, if you're really doing more processing stuff than you are visual, then you need the i9 instead of the i7. With the 1660, it's more than enough power for just about anything. But if you want that 1360, you know, if you want that 3060 RTX, you just get it, and then you know that you're good for the next like 4 years or whatever. Like, the thing's not going anywhere. You just did some shoveling. Oh, that's cool. I built my PC. It was fun. Next one I'm gonna hand build, like literally hand build. But this one I put together all myself, and I just had somebody build it for me. When you going live on the gaming channel, dude, I've messed it all up because I'm gaming in such high def, I can't use my old capture card. I need a new capture card, which sucks because I think I need to get an internal capture card, which again is going to be fun. I could just get it and install it. I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard, but I got to look into OBS and see if I can use OBS to just screen cap my screen and stream that. I kind of screwed myself up. Not to mention, I really don't think that bricks or gaming is really going to pop until I am free from having to do this every day. Not that it's an obligation that I couldn't just stop tomorrow. It's just something I created. I'm not trying to make it seem like it's a burden on me. It's not. I like it. But I realize what it does to the rest of what I feel like doing, which is I don't feel like having 3 YouTube channels that I have to do all the time. I'd rather have 3 YouTube channels that I got to choose when I did them. And if I have to do this every day, that supersedes everything. So until this adventure is over, we're gonna be very selective in when you see those other kind of things. The one thing I really would like to do though is to get a well, I guess, you know, honestly, I could still stream a few things on the game. Like, I could finish up Assassin's Creed on there because it's on Xbox anyway. And I could definitely play the 2 Far Cry games because I bought them for Xbox. And then once that's over, technically, I've played all my Xbox games and I can start making the full transfer over to PC. That's a good point. There's still a little bit left I could do before I moved it all, before I upgraded everything completely. Did it take a vaccine? 2 or 3 doses? Just got your internet back. R2 Dean 2. That's a cool name, man. Now, Pogo had to take a back seat. That was the one thing that was really bogging me down. It was killing my days. At the level, when you're like 40 something, 40, you know, level 40 plus, it's really a grind, that game. It doesn't have the, if I'm going to grind something out, it's going to be League, not Pokemon Go. You know, I'm going to play something I have no control over. I'll be honest with you, a lot of what this year has been, and a lot of what the rest of the year will continue to be until August, is me just getting through it, man. It's been a wild ride. I got stuff each week I got to do that I don't really want to do. I had to, you know, reprioritize things in my mind, like become a little bit different of a guy. I guess why, you know, you haven't seen me at the parks every single day, because I've realized that there's something that's more important. Getting this stuff done, being responsible is more important than that. But when all that goes away, I get to reassess again. So, for me, it's all about just rolling with the punches. Try not to plan too far ahead. I get something in my mind I want to do. I'm like, I want to redo the back pool area. It takes a couple months to do it fully, but we get it done. You know, I want to get this stuff power washed. We get a power washer. It takes a couple months. Finally get it done. My closet was broken for a year. You know, I finally got it done. You just got to roll with it. Don't put too much pressure on myself. That's when you start to get into problems, you know what I mean? If we did a 40-gallon breeder, that would have enough biomass. We could put in, it wouldn't be a lot of stuff, but it would be a couple things. If you did a 40 breeder, you'd want to do 2 major kind of rock formations. You'd want one to be about there. And then you could have a nice kind of standalone for the anemone on this side. There should be its own kind of pocket. Now, a 40-gallon breeder, you really just want it to be super pretty. You want to be like the super prettiest tank that you could possibly imagine. So you want to get a carpet anemone, or you want to get a bubble anemone? Because obviously you want clowns with anemone. Here in Florida, I got them on my license plate, Finding Nemo, all that jazz. So you put them in a red or green carpet anemone would be nice. But the bubble tips are nice, like a rose bubble tip. Let me get carpet. Carpet. Anemone. A big pair of clowns. I guess you can do more clowns now. Clownfish aren't the same as they used to be. What's up, Cheryl? How are you? You take tank, talking tank, you got tanks, or you starting from scratch? Oh, I'd buy a 40 breeder. I'd get everything new. I have tons of stuff, but it's all up north still with my dad. There's a lot of different clowns out there that you can get now. But I think probably just a nice solid pair of black and whites would be good. Oh, you know what you could get would be a pair of sea bays. big, mean. If you got a pair of them, I wonder if you can even get these things anymore. Oh, you can. Wow. What the hell? You can get ORA clownfish for $27. What the fuck? Has the game changed? Has the saltwater game in the past 7 years, has it really changed that much? Am I going to continue to get surprised by when I look up what it would cost to stock this tank? Wow. I would not have thought that. Just out of curiosity. Hey, a green carpet anemone, which is not easy to come by. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, so they're out of stock. So it doesn't really matter if you can't get it, what it costs, right? Huh. The game has changed, man. A lot. That's crazy. Fellow New Englander being snowed in. That sucks, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. That is not how you want to be, is trapped in the snow. On sale and in stock. That's what we're looking for here. Oh my God. They got rose bubble tips. They're still so expensive. $300. That's what they start at. But I can't believe they even have them. No way. Look at this one. What the fuck? Holy God, that thing is pretty. Wow, rose BTAs. They don't even... They're so hard to find. I bet you it's tiny too. $300. Beautiful. That thing is super pretty. Wow, the watermelon too. And you got two different places. You can get them from the Philippines or you can get them from Australia. That's not bad. Well, they have sea bay anemones in here. Huh. The blue tip's nice too. I don't know though. I think that ultimately, like, you just put the carpet in there. The carpet anemone is where it's at. It's just so much easier to keep. If you were a person who'd never been around fish tanks before in your whole life, and you wanted, and you knew that, I'll flip this What's up, Marcus? Marcos? How are you? If you were a person that didn't know about fish tanks, but you knew the clownfish went inside anemones, would you want something like that, which is big, kind of like it's on the ground, like the clownfish would basically swim in and out of these crevices, right? It would kind of come out of like the crevices, or would you put it with a bubble tipped anemone, or even this one, this sea bass, super cheap. And that's by nature what the type of clownfish I would be getting would live in. They do have a different vibe, and this one looks like it's living on the ground, to be too honest with you. These bubble tips, these things got to live up high. These are like Nemo, Finding Nemo type anemones. It's very hard to decide. Obviously, you all take the rose. If you just had $1 bajillion, you just take a rose. But the trick with that thing is it's not $300 that you're buying, and it's like, oh, it's like a puppy dog where, this thing, you know how easy this thing is to kill, this anemone right here? This puppy, I mean, so easy. So easy to kill. This one, not so much. The sea bay is pretty easy. Obviously, the long tentacle, I mean, you'd have to be a jackass to kill that thing. But the bubble tips, super easy to kill. The carpets, not as hard, but definitely need the right kind of water. The bubble tips are the hardest to keep by a lot. And then these are just more pest things than anything. Those are like the hard, impossible ones to kill. Rock anemones. I gotta be honest with you, I'm very surprised at the prices on all that. It's pretty cheap. I think you get maroon clownfish with a blue carpet in it, with a blue or green carpet. So blue, green carpet anemone would be on that side of the tank with the clownfish, right? They would run the show over there, and nothing would go anywhere near them because maroon clownfish are absolute bastards. On the big rock, you could actually probably do some coral because the lighting nowadays is so impressive, and it's so much cheaper than it used to be. And the wave makers nowadays are killer. So the soft coral wouldn't be an issue. It would be about hard coral if you wanted to go down the path. Because if you just did soft stuff, you really probably wouldn't even have to dose your tank too much. You wouldn't have to worry about your calcium levels really too much either. Your pH could be you could have a little bit more variation in your pH and your salt levels without things going to absolute shit. So you'd probably, for this tank, you'd want to stay away from hard corals. You could leave like a top section here where you could leave this as like SPS maybe. And if they grew all right, then you could maybe put like a piece of Montipora or a piece of Aquapora up there. Those are hard corals. Hard corals that you see all the time. Usually there's ones that are like trees, you know what I mean? They'll like look like they have all kinds of different branches coming off of a single stalk, and they look like little trees. And when they die, they bleach into the white thing that you're used to seeing. That is Aquapora. Montipora are the flatter ones. They look kind of like they're like a little shell, you know what I mean? And that's like what reefs are like built on. You see like the reef shelves, like that's what all the soft coral lives on. It's like, so you have the branch ones and you have the plate ones, and they're both stupid hard to keep. And well, not to keep, but to grow, especially to grow them, another ball game. To keep them, the light and the water would just have to be all right. But to make them grow, you would need to be dosing calcium and like be paying serious attention to what you were doing. So I think for the most part, what you'd want on this rock over here would just be soft corals. Easy stuff. Kenya tree, star polyps, some zoanthids. What else would be super easy? Like mushrooms, obviously, super easy, right? Mushrooms, zoanthids, star polyps, Kenya trees. You might even be able to do some frog spawn or some hammer corals. Yeah, that would be super nice, actually. You know, it would be pretty free flowing. So then you have the option of once you got your soft coral on this rock, it's all about what's gonna live on this side of this thing. I think instinctively what I would want to do is put a blue spot jawfish, because the clownfish are dicks and the blue spot jawfish is a dick, so they wouldn't mess with each other, and they basically live in their own little pocket of reality. They don't go out from where they are. Jawfish they're basically like they look like just a normal ass fish with a big head. No, they don't look like, what's a normal fish? They don't look like normal fish. They look kind of like guppies, you know? But they got this big, like their head's not, they're more circular, like rounded. I don't know how the hell, I can show you a picture of them. But what they do is they live in the ground. So like they'll dig themselves out a little tunnel. Actually, instead of the blue spot jawfish, maybe instead of that, you go with the pistol shrimp and goby combo. That would be cool too. The blue spot jawfish is beautiful. It'll dig itself a little tunnel. It'll put a little shell like rim around it. You know what I mean? It just lives in its own little thing. But you can get a nice pistol shrimp and a goby, a watchman goby. That would be a good setup too. It's a super fun symbiotic relationship to watch, the goby and the shrimp. Especially if they like are good team workers. Like, it's such a weird thing to watch two different species work together like that. It blows my mind constantly. So we'd probably actually go with the pistol and the trick is that we'd have to somehow figure out a way to split this substrate. I would have to put a layer of sand, and I would have to put an actual barricade in that sand right here in the middle. Exactly. Just a piece of metal or acrylic just right across the thing, perfectly measured. That way if the pistol shrimp got to it, it wouldn't be able to dig through it, because I wouldn't want them going over near the anemone. It would have to be two different things going on. You could actually almost create a deep sand bed on that side of the tank. Actually, now that I'm thinking about this, this is pretty genius. What you would do is on this side, I put the rocks right on the base, but you'd have to imagine that on this side, these rocks would go up a little bit. Oh, that was supposed to be an arrow up. I couldn't hold the pin. But these rocks would be up a little bit, and here you'd fill your sand up to there, and it would cascade a little bit off of that. And down here, you could just have a super thin sand bed. Because over here, you'd want it thicker for the goby and the pistol shrimp, and over here, you'd want it pretty much nothing because you don't need it. That would be pretty smart. And then it's easy. I mean, after that, you just need something that's going to swim around. You don't really want to get a tang, but you could, because people put them in way worse conditions. And I'm pretty good about bringing my fish back if it got too big. You could put a tang, but I think ultimately you'd want a wrasse. Something that's a little bit more pain in the ass. Huh, I didn't think that was going to rhyme. Oh, yeah, absolutely. A 40 breeder. Perfect size. Shoot, I used to have all that in a 15. I had a pair of clams, pistol shrimp, goby, and a 15-gallon. $40-gallon, you could do two more things. In a 40-gallon, you could do a nice wrasse, like a 6-line or something, and you could do a school of your choice. I think you like cardinals, like Bang Eye cardinals would be all right, or some yeah, probably cardinals. That way everybody's cool, you know. Everybody, like the cardinals have their school, so nobody messes with them. The wrasse is a pain in the ass. The carpet anemone hurts everything that goes near it. The maroon clownfish are dicks. The pistol shrimp and the goby live in their own little hole. And you still have plenty of room for all your cleanup crew, which in this case would have to be a bandit cleaner. You'd have to have a couple other assortment of shrimps, probably like some fire, blood, whatever you want, really, it doesn't matter. You just need shrimp. And you'd need a pretty decent crew of both snails and hermit crabs. Snails, you'd need in a 40 with that much stock, you'd need a hefty amount. Snails, you'd need at least 25. Hermit crabs, you'd need at least 15, if not 20. Yeah, that would be pretty good. You ran 55s for your Africans. Yeah, that's a lot of space. Cichlids need a lot more space than these saltwater fish that we're talking about here. In the wild, clownfish live in a 1-foot radius. They do not leave that spot. They're born and they die, majority-wise, in that space. Pistol shrimps, gobies. They pick a spot, they'll make a tunnel network, and that's where they live. Blue spot jawfish, same thing if I were to get one. I mean, the wrasse swims, that's for sure. So a 40 bill, you know, not tight for a wrasse, but it would definitely, you know, it could go in something bigger for sure. And if it got big, I would have to switch it for a little one. And the cardinals, they'll be all right. Cardinals can live in anything. They don't care what they're in. They just care that they're next to each other. It doesn't matter how much space they have. But cichlids, yeah, cichlids are born in giant lakes in Africa. And they don't particularly claim space besides the shell dwelling. Like a shell dwelling cichlid, you could put that in a 5-gallon. It doesn't matter. He doesn't care because he's never going to leave his shell. So that's all he needs, you know. So then it would be more about, after the livestock, the hardware is easy, right? You would really just need one wave maker. Doesn't matter. I got to look into brands and all that because it's out the game. You'd need the wave maker. You'd need a heater. You live in fucking Florida, so I'd probably need a cooler. No, because I live in an AC. Because I have AC. So the water would stay at the temperature that it is. No, that's not true. If I have to buy a cooler, that's really expensive. And at that point, if you have to get it, I didn't think about that. I live in Florida. So reefs aren't bad. A nice mixed reef like that, you could really let it sit at 81. About 81 degrees would be money in the bank. And I don't foresee it getting hotter than that in this house, where the water could get hotter than 81. But if I had to get a cooler, I would this would become a much bigger tank. Because they don't start small, they start pretty normal size. We'll have to look into that. Heater, wave maker, that's easy. Heater, that's easy. Light, that's easy. And then you're good to go. I mean, obviously you need salt, you need test kits, all that jazz. All the little stuff. But for hardware, all you need is the tank, the wave maker, the heater, and the light. Because that much you will need the heater, because in this house it's not 81 degrees, and that water's never going to reach 81 without the heater, so you would definitely still need one. The Eheim Jaeger. The Jaeger heater, man, that thing is the best, I bet, still, after all these years, because it was the champion from like the 80s, and it was still the thing in the early 2000s, so I guarantee you, 2010s even when I was into it, so there's no way in 10 years that Jaeger heater has not become, I guarantee it's still the top of the chart. I don't know, lights have come a long way. That is one thing that has changed a lot. LEDs were just coming to market when I got out of the game. Back in the day, you used all bulb lighting. It was all bulbs. You had to pick your specific bulbs. You know, if you ran, what kind of kelvins you ran, what kind of actinics you ran. You know, it was the most pain in the ass thing. And nowadays, it's all so cheap. Press the button, whatever spectrum you want. Like, lighting has come so far in fish tanks. So far. But that's not really all you need, though, in a tank this size. In a tank this size, you probably want to sump it. You'd probably want to sump. But you wouldn't have to start with a sump. You could put an overflow and a return into this pretty easily afterwards. You could just start it with a skimmer and a filter, some type of biological filter. Carbon, bio rings, something that has enough porous area that it will grow the beneficial bacteria that you need to keep this all afloat. It is a lot. That's definitely $2,000 staring at me in the face right there. There's no doubt that that's probably $2K. Because we're talking live rock, sand as well. Can't forget about either of those. That's probably $2,000. But it would be fun to grow it. It would be for sure a sump. Oh, look at you, for sure. You got a little fish tank, huh? Do they all need oxygen or no? Well, saltwater tanks are interesting. Yes, of course, you have to have oxygen. But you also have to have anoxious areas in a proper saltwater tank. That's why people used to do deep sand beds. I don't think people really do it anymore. Kind of passe. Because the equipment has come so far. But back in the day, that was like... I should put it this way. If you were to start a fish tank in a purist way, you'd have to have a deep sand bed. Because the anoxious areas is where the nitrogen cycle occurs. That's where nitrogen breaks down to nitrate, breaks down to oxygen. Or CO2. Is it CO2? Nitrate to nitrite to ammonia? What gas does it turn into? I forget. Nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen to nitrate to NO2. NO3. What the hell is that? Nitrate. Okay. Nitrous oxide. Duh. Jesus. Not oxygen. Nitrous infused oxygen, you idiot. That's such an obvious answer. Wow. If I was on like the fortune, like the fortune tellers, I was gonna say, if I was on like the Price is Right or like Jeopardy, and that's the one I had messed up, I would not have been happy with myself. In Brazil, everything is so expensive. Is that true? I got a buddy who lives in Sao Paulo, man, and he loves it. He gets beer delivered to him on this little chappy motorcycle, and they eat feijoada all day. They live in the freaking jungle. It seems like a different vibe. Do you want to know a secret? Would you promise not to tell? Whoa, whoa, closer. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you want to hear. I'm in love with you. Ooh. That's what I used to when I built. I live near Sao Paulo. Okay, so you don't know. He says it's fun down there. Oh, closer. Feijoada. Yeah, I don't like it much either. It's gross. You let me whisper in your ear. Sing the songs you want to hear. I'm in love with you. When I learned all about fish tanks and I deep dove this, I became a super nerd in the fish tank stuff. I used to listen to Beatles had just come back out with all their remasters, and Beatles Rock Band had just come out, and I was obsessed with the Beatles. So I have like this time in my life where I was starting my first fish tank up every night, just reading, immersing myself, like learning everything there was to know, and building it. Every single day going to the local fish store. It was like 20-minute drive across the city of Providence. Dope fish store. This guy had a dope fish store. And I would just be in there, just like doing whatever I could that day. I'd be like chugging water up and down 3 flights of stairs because I lived in the apartment. And I'll never forget the smell. You know, I was just like hanging out in my room, listening to the Beatles. I had these huge picture windows in my room, huge. And there was so much sun, and it was just like this little 15-gallon tank that I really turned into it was a beauty. All that stuff's on my YouTube channel. It's all privatized. But because you're here right now, you're in luck. You'll see some of it. Say the word you love to hear. I'm in love with you. Ooh. All right, I'll show you this first of all. Wait, what? Huh. That's crazy. Somebody's added a phone number to this page since I don't know whose phone number that is, but it's not mine. I'm about to take it away. This was my first thing I ever did, like on the internet, right here. Nano Reef Aquarium. This was the dawn of it all. The dawn of my internet life. We had like 13K at one point. Obviously, it's gone way down, but it was a lot of fun. I used to do pretty good, and then it all died at the end, but there were some of them that got pretty good likes. See, that's when I was like, oh, I'm going to do Disney now. Hey, everyone. I'm moving over to Disney. Bye. That's funny. Yeah, that's a killer setup right there. Jesus Christ, look at that. Oh, beast. I think some of them did pretty good, like way back in the day. Maybe they didn't. Oh yeah, some of them have like 150, 100, 200 likes. It's pretty good. Some of them definitely did better than others. So it was like a community-based thing. People would, you know, like they would join. They'd be like a member, and they'd help me post, or they would send me pictures of their tanks, and it was, it was cool. Excuse me. Let me whisper in your ear. Say the word you love to hear. Wow, look at the camera quality. Amazing. Ha! Look at that. Full HD right there. Alright, this is one of my first YouTube videos I ever shot. Yeah, this was a fun little tank. I'll show you. I did a custom jab. This was all custom. So on the back side of it, I had put like a hang on the back sump. This was a crazy tank, dude. This is way back in fish tank days when things were just different. But I was really proud of this thing. I did an amazing job. Little baby skimmer that existed in there. I had like a little baby skimmer, and then the 40-gallon was getting set up at that time. 24-hour live feed of the tank. Oh my God, that's genius. Oh, look at the little 5-gallon was just cycling at that time. That's crazy. Huh. Wow. Did I have any footage of the 5-gallon when it actually got put up, or? Oh yeah. Just a little bit of rock in there. So that's a 5-gallon tank. And you could put clownfish in there. You could put 2 clowns and an anemone in there, and they live happily. But yeah, I was super proud of this tank because I ended up getting what they call a, God, I'd have to look at what the name. It was some kind of a goby, but it was the smallest little fish you'd ever seen. And he lived in there. And I customized my little, instead of having a filter in there, I just did water changes on it. And so I cut the thing and I put the heater in it so that the heater wasn't in the tank. And it gave it just this super nice, clean, like, look. Would you whisper in your hands? Sing that song you love to dance. You'd watch the 24 hours, you just never sleep. I'd watch that. I'd watch all 24 hours. I'd be like, sign me up. That'd be fun. That was a lot of fun. I used to like the fish tank game. It was a big part of what I did. But I will say that it would be nice to get back into it. That's for sure. And we only got 8 more likes for a hundo, so that'd be good. Whoa, Mike's here. Holy moly, guys. Look, it's Orlando Mike. How was the Festival of the Arts? Did you enjoy it? I know you like Newsies. Or is it those guys again tonight? They were pretty good last night. They did a good job. The legend. Bum, 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 bum. I want to put it up on my second TV so I can pretend I have my own tank without any of the work. Yeah, just have to set up a super HD camera with a laptop, just running 24/7. Stag streams. Oh, that's funny. I'm sure there's plenty of them out there. There's gotta be. If nobody's doing that, who knows? Yes, of course. The picture of you and Tim Tracker is well on the is on the refrigerator. Yes, sir. That is correct, sir. My favorite picture of all time. For me, that thing's the Mona Lisa. 2 legends. I don't know why I like that picture so much, dude. Who the hell knows? I just love it. Oh, God. What the hell? I feel like an old man. Like, I'm tired of moving. I don't want to move anymore. Yeah. We're going to price this thing out a little bit while we wait for those last 7 likes to come in, because, you know, I don't think it's really that far off. So, obviously, you know, Petco is the spot you go for the fish tanks. Petco is where the pets go. Here's the real question though, right? What about these all-in-one fish tanks? Have they come a long way or what? And if they have, what's up on Amazon? They used to be made by a thing called Coral Life. When it was like the Coral Life BioCube, maybe, was what it was called. Yeah, there it is. The Coral Life BioCube. 16 gallon. Too small. 32 gallons. Oh, $400. Is it worth it though? Because it's got the sump. It's kind of ugly. I think that's the thing I've always not liked about it, is ugly. But they come with so many accessories nowadays that you could just like, see now this one's not as ugly. Look at this little thing, huh? How about that? That's a fun little 15-gallon tank right there. Oh, it's fresh water only. Still, for a plug-and-play thing, $15. That's pretty cool. I mean, not $15. 15 gallons, $159. That's pretty good. Interesting. Now the all-in-one setup's stupid. Velouz's 40-gallon breeder tank. I saw a video when you said them going up to the escalator. Tim was like, hello. What's that? Oh, my video, you mean? I got you. How about Aquion, the classic? Aquion, the classic company. Aquion. 40 gallon. Boom. What's up? You can't even get them on the Amazon. Too expensive. They don't want to ship them. Petco, where the pets go. Petco fish tanks. Shop Fishco pet tanks 30% off over here, guy. Dude, what is this little thing? It's a rimless 3.7 gallon Pro Deluxe freshwater aquarium. 3.7 gallon. I mean, you could put that thing on your table. Like you could put that on the computer table. It says freshwater, but who the hell cares? Because freshwater fish are stupid. Dater, what's up, man? How you doing? There it is, the Aquion. It's on sale. 76 bucks, peanuts. You could pick it up today. Free shipping on $35 and more. The tank was $77 doll hairs. That's pretty cheap. All right. What else we got? What else we got here? Just out of curiosity, what's a 75? How much is that? $100 more. Yeah, no worries. We're good. Okay, that's that. I think the rest of it, you could probably gotta be able to just Amazon these days, right? So you just put 40 gallon breeder light. I'm just gonna set you up with one. I don't do tropical fish, so I upgrade. Tom sent you a message. You sent me a message, I'm gonna read it. Look how cheap these things are. Oh my God, what the hell? Is that real? Dude, lights used to be the most expensive part, and now they just are so cheap. Look at this, full spectrum. 36 watt. How much is the rest? How much? Well, what about this? Only 14. 36 watt sounds good. 36 watt. No, you want the biggest one right here. 42 watt. Even this thing's so, dude, the lights are so cheap now. What are the dimensions? Well, that ain't gonna work. Breeder's 36 inches long. 26 watt? Or 36 watt? Yeah. Dude, what the hell? I can't, even if you got two of these, that's $100 or something. Lights used to be $400 or $500. Hundreds of dollars lights used to cost. Hundreds. So even if you bought two of these, right? So a 30 breeder, a 40 breeder to my knowledge was 36 by 36 by 16, right? Am I correct in those measurements? Let's just double check. Go back to petco.com, click on the 40 breeder. I believe it's 36 by 36 by 16 is the 36 by 16 by 18. Okay. 36. It was right about the only one I needed to be right about, which is 36. So that's what this is. So you'd want two of these because you want a lot of light. And they're $57 and you can save 5%. So let's just put two of them in the cart just to see what would that add up to with the delivery and $115. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. $116. What the hell? Dude, lights like that, to get that much lighting LED before, would cost you like $1,000. That's crazy. Lights have come so far. How about wave makers? How far have those come? Oh, they've also come quite a way. Hey, you gotta be kidding me. This is all so cheap. If you just bought power heads and you didn't get a wave maker, they are so cheap. Wow. So this thing, oh, I had one of these once. Wow, they're also, this is blowing my freaking mind. Tell me what's going in. I was recording a song today. Oh, we're pricing out fish tank stuff. Dan, what's happening, man? Wow. All right, so this one got 700 and something reviews, which is pretty good. We're gonna click on it, take a look-see-do. So it looks like a pretty standard gallons per hour. There's a massive gallons per hour on this. 3,400. 3,400 gallons per hour in a 40-gallon tank. Wow, that's overkill. And it's $79. That's freaking crazy. This is crazy. I think you're a day ahead on this thing than you think. I've messed up the number a few times. I'm constantly going back and like going through to make sure they're all numbered. But thank you. When people tell me, it makes it easier. So now this one's $100. Why is it so much more expensive? It looks so much more straightforward. Oh, because it's all controlled through your app. I'll be honest with you. I don't want my phone out near my fish tank anyway, so that's stupid. For $100 more almost for the 1,200 gallon per hour. How many? That's 12,000 gallons per hour. Also, the smallest one does 6,000 gallons per hour. Oh no, 1582. They just call it the 6,000. 1584, which is half of what the other one has. So yeah, it costs almost $100 more just to control it with your app. That's silly. Tank lights wave maker. I know the heater's always going to be the Jaeger heater. That thing's the obvious move. I'm going to look up if things have come anywhere further from that. Because that's what I'm getting. Unless they really have. Like, look at this thing. It's programmable or something. See, that's nice. Because that's where the Jaeger heater really fell apart. Let's just, for S's and G's, put in salt water heater. Yeah, look at, they're all digitalized now. Of course, because that used to be the biggest pain in the ass. This thing has 1,000 reviews for 4.5 star. So that's a no-brainer. And it's on sale for 50% off. I feel like buying this heater right now and we have a fish tank. Look at this thing. You just program it? Are you kidding me? That is beautiful. Huh. Wow, look at that. I cannot believe that after all this time, that was the big leap that these things needed. Was they needed to get digitalized. And I can't believe the Jaeger, the EIM company, didn't do it first. They were the best heaters in the world. All they had to do was digitalize them. Huh. Is this from the Fun Store? Dude, you are way outside the loop tonight, huh? You came in way too late. You came in way too late. Man, the heater's peanuts. Why wouldn't you be able to come into a fish tank store? 29 bucks. Dude, this is cheap. How about a skimmer? Or let's just do a filter first. Salt water filter. Boom. See, I like these. I had one of these and it kicked ass. I should probably just get another one. The external. But the thing is if we're going to sump this, you wouldn't want an external. What you would want is a really good hang on the back for now. Look at this one's called the Penplax Cascade. It's got 1,300 reviews. Jesus Christ, dude, the Marineland one that doesn't go in the tank, the external, has 3,000 reviews. 4.5 star. You think that thing rocks or what? You think that thing's surefire or what? Here it is, the Aqueon, the most classic hang on the back filter that ever existed. The LED Pro. Whatever the hell that means. LED indicator light flashes when it's time to replace clogged cartridges. Oh, okay, that's funny. I like that. That is adorable. So this is the 75, which is big, plenty big enough. It's qualified for a 90-gallon tank, which is what you want anyway. The filter is only, again, $58. The fish tank game has lost its entire value. I mean, these things used to all be twice as expensive. The lights used to be 5 times as expensive. The tank's pretty much where it's always been. The wave makers come down by at least a third. Heaters have come down by at least, a third. The filter, I mean, that pretty much is like right about where, I mean, the heater and the filter probably only lost about like $10, $20 each. $15, somewhere in that market. But the wave maker's like crazy, half the price they used to be. Lights are like, they used to cost 5 times as much. So just seeing this with my own 2 eyes is kind of blowing my mind. Filter skimmer. How about the skimmer? I mean, skimmers used to be pretty expensive too. And you definitely would want one because YouTube keeps taking my likes away. Oh no. Nice job, everybody. 100 likes. Love you guys. That's pretty much where they've always been. Yeah, that's where they've always been. What's got killer ratings nowadays? Anything that's like really good? Oh, the Red Sea Pro is $500, dude. Those things have always been so expensive. This hang on the back Aquamax is pretty expensive too. So these things definitely haven't come down too much in price. This is the skimmer I used to use for the, no way, that's the little mini skimmer, right? This is it, yeah. Yeah. I had this thing and I customized it. Wow, look at all the skimmers are still right up where they've always been because the technology is not something that has changed much. It's like it's as good as it's ever been. Shit. Well, you got to go with the Core Life. He's back. I thought he was gone a month. The squirrel's been gone for a month, and now it's freezing. I'd be back too. I'm gonna put that trap up in the attic tonight. Wow, I really thought he left. I just heard that and I thought somebody's at the door. You bastard. You could have lived free. You could have just left. But no, you had to come back. Now I got the trap. He's toast. He's toast now. He's toast now. I know he gonna stand no chance. Sorry, bro. You picked the wrong place. You picked the wrong place. The Core Life 65. There it is. Brand spanking new. Well, that puppy's though, as it's always been. Skimmer. $162. Well, hard equipment is not that bad. Let's put on the, let's add it up. See where we're at. Bob. Excuse me. Alright, so this is literally just for hardware. Full hardware. You're talking tank, lights, water movement, heat, and all your filtration. Hey, for $521. Wow. That's how much lights used to cost. Obviously, there was some of those Red Sea Pro skimmers and stuff like that. You know, those things were $500 in and of themselves. But if you were going just normal, I'm starting a fish tank that doesn't have 1,000 things. I need to. Oh, thanks, guys. $10 from Mike and Lisa. That's so nice of you. They already Venmoed me today. I always say these guys every day. They're so supportive. Oh, I see the snow outside on your story here too. I just opened and that was your story. Wow, that's shocking. Did you say you sent me a message? Why don't I see any message from you? Oh, here we go. There it is. Yeah, cool. Thanks, man. I know, it's happened a few times. That has happened a few times. Oh, yeah, well, I love you guys, too. You're the best. Hanging out was so much fun. We all had a blast. Constantly going back and checking on that has been a pain in the ass. Alright, live rock for saltwater aquarium. I'm just going to get a ballpark number. For crazy good stuff, you're paying pretty top dollar. £20 would be enough. No. I'd need probably double that. You know, you could make 20 pounds work, though, because what I've always wanted to do, and this is something that, God, it would be amazing to finally do it. I've always wanted to make my own rock. It's such an intense process, but it was so much fun. You just have to use some cement, whatever grade of cement, you know, that saltwater grade. You have to use some cement and then basically form the thing that you want using, you know, whatever kind of base you want. You know, it's not going to penetrate the cement, but, you know, even just like wood, not wood, I wouldn't use wood. You'd use like PVC or something, right? So you like make a PVC pipe, the shape of what you want, like your little arch, and then you basically just build up, put the concrete on there. And then once that's done, you take the live rock, you just smash it up and you coat it on top of it. Or I could do the film method too, you know. I could do the glue method too. I could get some saltwater glue. and I could just build it out of the live rock very precociously, but it would stay because of the glue. Instead of trying to get it all. I think 20 pounds might cover it. Is that all they offer this in? Is just 20 pounds? Where else can you buy live rock from? This stuff looks pretty good. 10 pound. So you need 30 pounds at least. Really need like 20. You need like 25. Maybe you could get away with 20. Really, the move would be to get the live rock from a fish store around here. That way I can just get what I need. Amazon has reef rock at a pretty good price with a really good review. What the hell? And this ships for free? No, it does not. It does. Wow. How about that? What kind of deal that place has cut up? I'm like, hey, we got 20 pounds of rock. Ship it to you for free. Only Amazon. Crystal, what's up? How you doing? So you need at least 25 pounds of rock. That's what you're looking at. 25 pounds of rock. Live rock, 25 pounds. If it was $120 for the 20 pounds, 140 bucks. So you'd say like about $150. 25 pounds. Sand is not that big a deal. You could buy some Caribacy, which is the good stuff. Maybe not anymore, I guess. Oh yeah, it is still. 20 pound black sand, huh? Black sand. That sounds cool. I would never do it, but it sounds cool. Fiji pink? They got pink? No, they do not. It's only in 10 pound bags, but I would definitely take the pink. Oh, there's only one in stock. I'm sure it comes in and out of stock. So you're looking at about, you don't really need much of a sand, but I'm going to need probably like 10, 15 pounds. 10 pound might even get me through. The special grade is what I always used, and they have pink in that too. That's a 20 pound bag, so that's pretty good. 35 bucks, wow. Sand is only going to be 35. And then how about the Red Sea Pro salt? That's what the salt's the good stuff. That's $100 bucks. Oh, that's a big box though, that's why. You need at least this, which is a what, 5 pound bucket or something? What is it? 1 pound? No. Instant Ocean is still cheap. But it's got such good reviews, it's like, how do you not use it? Especially for the price. Like, how much is this in terms of its weight? 47 pounds. Try to wrap your head around that. 47 pounds for $40, or you get 1 pound of the Pro Salt for $42. Really makes you think. I don't know. Always really trusted the Red Sea. But I think just to get it going, I think you'd want something like that. The big ass one. So the salt is also pretty cheap at $40. So you know, because all this stuff is so cheap, what you need to have a fish tank in these kind of, especially living here in Florida, RODI system for a saltwater tank. You need an RODI. And this one's got 43,000 reviews. 4,300 reviews, pardon me. You can get it overnight. 50-gallon, 4-stage. There's no doubt that's the move. And the RODI would be $70. All right, so just to get the equipment going, $521, and if you were gonna get the habitat going, it would cost boom, slap, jam, wham, $295. So total to get this puppy running with just water and rock and all the stuff to get the cycle going is $816. Yeah, I was spot on when I said $2,000. I don't know how I knew that, but I somehow did. Where would you put the fish tank? I don't know. Lots of space. Get goldfish to start with. Man, goldfish are boring as hell. You keep a goldfish in a bowl. Doesn't even need running water. That's a badass setup. Because all that equipment is super easy to sump, so at some point you just buy another 40-gallon breeder, put it right underneath, move everything down there, you get twice the water. And up top you just have it super clean with the overflow and a return. And the light. It would look so clean. I wonder if it would look so clean that it would be best to have a rimless tank. I don't think I could get away with having a rimless tank at first because there's going to be so much stuff on there. How much do you think they cost? 40-gallon breeder rimless. Hey, there's a 45-gallon all-in-one that is rimless. You can hang every filter off the back of this thing. It's already got a... You could hang the skimmer off the back of it. And you could put the heater in one of the pockets. Really what you could do is just probably strip out this whole thing. Put a heater in, put the filter and the skimmer on the back of it. That's a lot of money for this rimless tank right here. They don't really make them. Wow, this thing is badass too. Check this puppy out. Now that's fun. That's a fun tank. Rimless, and you have your return right there, so you could, I mean, you literally have a, Really, I mean, it adds $400 to the price. You get 2 less gallons. So really what you do is you build this one. And then when it was time to sump it, you'd buy a rimless tank and you'd use the 40 breeder as your sump. That's what you do. Fortunately, we have to back and finish shoveling. Oh, man. Damn. Well, I'm sorry. It sucks, you guys. I wish I was up there. I'd come help. That's not easy. Bundle up. Put those big old boots, the snow boots. I remember those. Big snow boots. God damn. It's crazy. A whole different life up there. I appreciate you all. I think we should all break it. I think we should break, right? Ready and break. That was pretty good prices on all that. Yeah, that could be a heck of an adventure. We'll have to think about it. Doesn't look that bad. I'd much rather be down here. No. Friends, it was good chill. Thanks for coming to get coffee with me and talking fish tanks for a little while. I'm gonna go and do the damn gaming thing. Game it. Oh my god. Oh man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Either earlier in the day from the Epcot Center or on the way home from Space 220 because it might be freezing. I'm like, dying to get home. That was fun to price that out. Courtney, thanks. The rest of the mod squad as well. Cheryl, thank you. Alyssa, thank you. Oh. Amanda, thank you. Sammy, thank you. Devora, Lori, thanks guys. I'm hitting the button. See ya.